wrestling action for you. We've got 3 schools here tonight. Fort Lupton Blue Devils, the host here, and Fort Morgan Mustangs will wrestle them. We'll call that live. And also Vista Peak is here. It's not a triple duel per se because Fort Morgan won't wrestle Vista Peak as Fort Morgan has too many points. So, they can't wrestle both teams. So right at the moment we've got some JV from Fort Lupton out there. Luke Meyer for Vista Peak going against Mo Martinez out of Fort Lupton. Things just seem to be a little bit confusing because the Vista Peak coaches are sitting in the right between Spike Reynolds and Sam Romero over there. So I think they're just going to do a couple JVs here early. So let's go to our lineup. We'll start at 170 pounds on our featured duel between the Fort Morgan Mustangs and the Fort Lupton Blue Devils. Caleb Bell will receive a forfeit win at 170. At 182, Alex Mai will take on Dai Berchuga. And at 195, it'll be Colton Carpenter, freshman for the Mustangs, taking on Riley Johnson. At 220 pounds, number 2 ranked Toby McBride, sophomore for the Mustangs, will go against Jacob Cornelius. At 285, Jesus Ibarra will take on Baron Garcia. Then we'll jump to 106, no wrestler for the Mustangs, Toby Sandoval. Will go for the Blue Devils. He'll get that forfeit win. And at 113, no wrestler for the Mustangs, Ruben Rodriguez. Number 6 in the state on the mat rankings by Tim Young. At 120 pounds, double forfeit there. The wrestler for either team. 126, be Dakota Macy going for the Blue Devils against Fort Morgan's Jason Nelson. Freshman gets the number 1 ranked wrestler on the 3A side. Field 132, no wrestler for the Mustangs. Jordan Torres for the Blue Devils will receive a forfeit. At 138, Fort Morgan's Cody Carpenter, a senior, will go against Dakota Dillard. And at 145, Frank Rosales, a sophomore for the Mustangs, will take on Zeke Garcia. Garcia ranked number 6 in the state. At 152, Richard Herrera, junior for the Mustangs, will take on Jordan Cialis. And at 160, Fort Morgan's Chris Shriver will receive a forfeit win. So not a whole lot of matches tonight. We've got this one going on right now. Fort Lupton Wrestling gets a takedown as we're on the JV side of that match between Martinez of Fort Lupton and Lewis Meyer from Vista Peak. That's down in Aurora. And also in the Blue Singles. Let's take a time out. We'll be back with more on B106. And welcome back to Fort Lupton. We're waiting for the Mustangs to step out. We're scheduled to go at 6 o'clock, but they've got Vista Peak and Fort Lupton wrestling JVs here for the moment. Mustangs not giving up any of their bench seats over there to the Vista Peak. Only the head coach is over there. The coaches for Vista Peak, they're not listed. Fort Lupton Blue Devils tonight, they have varsity coach Tom Galicia, assisted by Felix DePoya and Al Fisher. And of course, the Mustangs, led by Spike Reynolds, assisted by Dustin and Travis Crosscock, Kyle Growlis, Brandon Hoffman, and the managers are Sky Sandoval and Kara Enoch. So we're waiting for these JV matches to get out of the way. Got some on the mat rankings here. We'll run down some of those for you. On the 4A side, that's where Morgan is. Broomfield leads the pack at number 1. followed by Thompson Valley. Third is Discovery Canyon. Pueblo South picked by on the Matt rankings as number 4. Windsor, number 5. Pueblo Central, 6th. Palisade, 7th. Montrose in 8th place. Well Central in 9th. And Meade, 10th. Meade is right east of Longville. At 106 pounds, we've got Banuelos and Montrose, the top spot. Espinosa from Palisade is second, and Vincent Hoffman of Mullen is third. At 113 pounds, 4A, Sam Turner, Discovery Canyon is first. Windsor's Josh Villa is second. Vlad Kazakov at Thompson Valley's Grandpa Lucy Fort Morgan is ranked third. And fourth is Procopio Valdez out of Mesa Ridge. You've got to watch him wrestle at the Brush dual tournament last Saturday. And then we go to 120 pounds on the 4A side. Sage Bud of Meade is first. Aaron Carrera of Pueblo East is second. Jonathan Lewis of Windsor is third. 126, Dalton Robertson of Wells Central. First, Derek Huff of Broomfield. Second, Gabrielle Houston and Elizabeth is picked third. At 132 on the mat ranks Marcus Martinez of Pueblo South first. Dallas Roaring of Rifle second. Tanner Hannenberg of Air Academy is ranked third. You know, I have to skip the next week because my computer didn't print that. The first top 2 guys. Third is Ben Houston at Houston at Thompson Valley, followed by Aragon of Pueblo Central. At 145, first is Jimmy Fate of Berthoud on the 4A side. Parker Symington of Thompson Valley second. And picked third is Brandon Wetch of Erie. At 152 pounds, Tyler Oberg is Discovery Canyon is picked first. Keenan Wyatt, 4A from Pueblo, is second. Jared Albo, Broomfield, is picked third. Fort Morgan's Jacob Fritzler is way down the list there. But he did make the list at 152 pounds. At 160, Phil Downing of Broomfield is first, followed by Kenan Lanateri of Windsor and Keely Willits out of Pueblo County. And Chris Shriver of Fort Morgan also made the list, but not near the top. At 170, Sigur Oliver of Cortez first, followed by Adrian Mack, Discovery Canyon, and Chad Ellis out of Berthoud. Kyle Couch of Meade leads the 182-pounders on the mat rankings at 4A, followed by Zach Stoughton of Broomfield and Timrell Stanley out of Mesa Ridge. And 195, 4A, David Traynor, Discovery Canyon, is listed first. Brandon Browser of Windsor is second. Luke McGanich of Broomfield in the third spot. And then, at 220, Evan Lancelot out of Pueblo Central is picked first. Fort Morgan's Toby McBride is picked to take second at 4A, 220-pound bracket. And he's followed by at 285. Justin Petrash of Air Academy, followed by Jesus Casillas of Montrose and Austin Harris of Broomfield. So that kind of runs us through our 4A side. We'll come back to some 3A after this short time out on the B106. Okay, welcome back to Fort Lupton, and we've got a Mustang out here. Ray Navarrete is going for the Mustangs, and he's out against Brian Myers, and we're underway. This is a JV match at 132 pounds. And there's Navarrete caught off a takedown by Myers. Excuse me, that's Cody Turan. And there's Turan with the two-point takedown on Navarrete. This is JV action. Stand up, and runs to the edge. Navarrete, they'll be out of bounds. Just underway with our first Mustang match. Go to the JV side. Ready to senior for the Mustangs. Quick stand up, trying to feel the wrist, but nice tilt and right to his back as Cody Duran picking up a 2 count, I think. Navarrete gets back, he's up on his haunches there, setting out. And then we get more of a better base. Can't quite get rid of that 2-on-1. Kind of a cheap tilt he got caught in earlier. Waiting for the wrestler to break a hole, and there's 2 back points going to Duran off that near fall that happened about 30 seconds ago. So restart with 43.6 on the clock. Quick stand up by Navarrete, trying to peel that 2-on-1. Duran really clamps that on there, lifts him up, dumps him right to his back. Has a big tight waist on him. No exposure, and it comes back to 2-on-1 on that left wrist of Navarrete. Navarrete peels that free, but he just clamps it right back on. Navarrete trying to reach under, clear that out. And I think he got caught in a little chicken wing or an arm bar there, and over he goes. He's got Navarrete giving up back points here. He's got walked around with that chicken wing, trying to bridge out of there. Run out of time there in the first period. 3 near fall points going to Fort Lupton JB. Cody, you're on. So it's going to be 7-0 as we head to the second period. Navarrete's choice. He's going to take the down position. And a quick stand-up attempt. Here comes that. Hands around the waist. Didn't get the 2-on-1, but he's got him barreled from behind, and he's a big 360 outside of the 10-foot circle. And after Navarrete trying to kick out of there, Duran hanging on to the foot, lifts it up, tree top, down goes Navarrete. Duran keeps control. A little tight waist on the near side. Navarrete trying to stand up and walk away from that. Twists, turns, and gets a little whizzer in there with a cross face, but gets dumped down on his hip. And Navarrete gets tripoded up again. Now both ankles are tied up as Duran low, down below the knees, just hanging on. Now Navarrete stands up, peels away, and we're going to get blood times. The official stops it with 1:10 on the clock. You just tuned in. Of course, this is wrestling on the B106. Fort Morgan Mustangs getting ready to go on this duel with Fort Lupton Blue Devils here at Fort Lupton.
Ingmar Phillips Insurance, with 2 locations in Brush and Fort Morgan. Ingmar Phillips can help you with your home, car, health, or life insurance questions or needs.
Okay, still cleaning up the blood out there. Don't forget State Farm Insurance. Let State Farm Insurance Office of Greg Mullen and Brush help you find the best policy to fit your life, home, auto, health, and health. State Farm Insurance is here for you and your family. Give Greg Mullen a call today at 842-4555. Brandon Hoffman out giving instructions. They're still cleaning up the blood time. Looks like getting the cotton balls out. Trainer's there, but I still see blood all over the Duran, so it's going to take a moment or two.
Premier Farm Credit is still the lender of choice for America's farmers and ranchers. They understand and are passionate about agriculture and are dedicated to serving America in good times and bad. Premier Farm Credit, the gold standard in ag lending.
Okay. I downloaded a bunch of rules and regulations from CHASA. Schools are required to have trainers with gloves at mat site, and we've watched 8 matches, haven't seen it yet. But that's for the trainers and the mat side people for their safety, and they need to heed those rules. There's all kinds of bugs out there you may never know you had. Just underway, Ray Navarrete going against Cody Giron. And Giron up 7-0. Just about 50 seconds gone in the second period. The scoreboard just went blank. Well, just one of them. We're okay. Navarette's ready. They're still trying to clean up the blood. The guy with the cowboy boots is going to go out on a mat and get that cleaned up. Okay, the bright blue mat for Fort Lupton with the white trim, FL in the 10-foot circle. Official now checking Navarrete for blood. About got everything cleaned up here. Nope, the official's seeing more blood.
MMI International. Before your next mixer or feeder truck purchase, compare the MMI design, craftsmanship, and service. They continually outperform our competitors, hands down. Call them at 842-5161.
Okay. This may be John on the phone somewhere. She's going to help us get back on the internet. But we'll do that as Amy Beltran's been trying to help us out here. Find John, get the password that we need to get on the internet. Okay. And they'll go out of bounds. Halfway through this match, let's try to get geared up for the varsity. So let's take a timeout. We'll be back in a moment on D106. Difficulties, and they never had match finished up. I don't know if we caught the end of that. He came back and had his opponent on his back and was way down in points. But trying to get our internet connections in, and computers aren't cooperating, so we're working on the landline here. There's a pin there for Fort Lupton. It must be JVs out here. As we get some little bitty guys going, it's probably Dustin Cooper from Vista Peak going against Fort Lupton's Mo Martinez. Okay. No, Navarrete can't go now. He just wrestled. That should end up after the duel because he just finished up. Ray Navarrette's going to have 2 matches tonight. Second round, he will go against Brian Myers. Now we're getting ready to introduce the varsities. I hope. Had a little adventure tonight. Thanks for bearing with us as we're almost ready to kick off the varsity part of the duel. As we'll have Jason Nelson at 126. Nobody at 132. Cody Carpenter will wrestle at 138. Frank Rosales at 145. Richard Herrera at 152. No match for Chris Shriver or Caleb Bell. Alex Mai will have a match. Colton Carpenter, Toby McBride, and Jesus Ibera. So we're going to do the national anthem here. So let's take a short break on B106. Okay, welcome back. And we're here at Fort Lupton. And we just had our first wrestlers introduced. Caleb Bell at 170. Just raised his hand. He'll pick up a forfeit win. So the Mustangs jump out 6-0 on the team side. Now Alex Mai set to go, our first varsity match. He takes on Diver Chogo. We'll look at that a little closer. Berchuga. And we're underway here at 182 pounds. Nice little shot by Berchuga. His pancakes but rolls his base, but he'll be taken down for the 2-point takedown. Berchuga not ranked, but he had a nice takedown there on my. Don't have any ages on the four Lupton wrestlers. Good hard cross face by Berchuga. And here comes a little cheap tilt. Got that 2-on-1 locked up on that right arm. They'll be out of bounds. 51 seconds gone in this duel. Oh, excuse me. DJ Berchuga is ranked number 2 in the state at 170. And got a big tight waist. Just from looking at him, I thought he should be ranked number 2 at 170. And here comes an arm bar. Got the far wrist, walking that arm bar around. Trying to fight it off. That's Berchuga. Then my rolls through it. Berchuga settles that down a little bit. Keeps kind of a headlock. Now Mike comes out. He'll push away and stand up. And makes it 2-1. A lot of work out there by Berchuga. As he tries to snap down on mine right on the portal. Oh, a little throw by. Mine tried to hit a switch on the way down, but he gets busted down. Berchuga steps through the leg, grabs the toe, and just a Turk kind of a move, a loose Turk on Mai. And Mai's going to give up 3 near fall points. And we're down to the start of the second period after this. A 5-point lead for DJ Berchuga. I'm probably massacring that. I'm sorry. Okay, the four Lupton wrestler up by 7. There was another 2-point near fall there. And he's going to start from the bottom, try to hard switch to the left side. I settle that down. Berchuga trying to switch to the left again as he tripods up, does a little Granby roll, grabs the knee, jumps around, and he's got a near side almost cradle. Now he's just going to get back in better riding position. Berchuga will be up 10-1. That 2-point reversal. They work to the far side of the blue mat. My broken flat. It's only a sophomore. Berchuga with it. More of a scissor circle now on the near leg. And here comes a cheap tilt. Mai's out of bounds. Twists, squirms, and turns, and now Mai's inbounds for a 2 count. He's about got that hold broke, and they will work 2 more near fall points. Berchuga is now up 12-1. A nasty cross face across the throat. He gives up on that, comes back, sets a little hammer lock for a moment. Now he's got an arm bar, got the far wrist. Got an arm bar and a half Nelson. It's kind of hard to turn them both ways at once. He gets up on the half Nelson, gets that arm bar chicken wing in there on the right side. And lets loose of that and goes back to that cheap tilt. In my giving up back points here off that cheap tilt on the right wrist. Another 2-point near fall for Berchuga. 15 seconds left here in the second period. Berchuga up 14-1. My trying to base up. Berchuga kind of a little crab hold there. My belly's down. Now here comes that pancake his back, but that won't matter because we run out of time in the second period. Mustang's choice. Alex Mai looks at Coach Reynolds, and he's going to take the down position. Down 14-1. Third period just underway. Berchuga over on the left side. Quick stand up by Mai. Berchuga grabs the wrist. Mai turns into him. Berchuga drops down to a single leg. kind of caught in that under position. He's got the double leg, trying to get the head out the side. Mai tries to spin around, got a little underhook. Try to catch a knee now. Vertuga works around, comes up on top. And he's going to, maintains control. I thought Mai had enough to get loose there and get the point, but the official's not going to award it, so we're going to stay in the same position. Here comes the hammerlock back and that reinforced granny where you put that right wrist clear around on the ribs. Got a crossface in there trying to reach under the left arm. He gives up on that. Comes back to just a chicken wing, steps out with it. The arm bar walks it around. Mai rolls through it, and he's on his base, hooked up a single leg on Vertuga, pops out the backside, and he's got a reversal. Good hard work by Mai. He was down 14-1. Now it's 14-3. Mustang working from the top. It's Vertuga with a hard crossface. Locks up a cradle for a moment. Vertuga breaks that. And Mai will step over to the other side. A little arm drag by Vertuga, and he just steps over the top of Mai, picking up some back points, going for the pin. Now he readjusts, trying to put him in a stretcher. Mai gets to his base. That's going to be a 5-point move, and that should be a tech fall. That 2-point reversal and the 3-point near fall. It's 19-3 for the Fort Lupton Blue Devil, number 2 ranked at 170. DJ Vertuga. We'll be back in a moment on B106. Okay, welcome back. Colton Carpenter out there, a freshman, going against Riley Johnson. They're a big scramble, and they went out of bounds. Kind of a bear hug move by Riley Johnson on Colton Carpenter. Kind of twisted his back there a little bit or something, so we got a little injury time for Colton. If you just tuned in, just underway in the varsity duel between the Fort Morgan Mustangs and the Fort Lupton Blue Devils here from Fort Lupton. There's a trainer out there checking out Colton Carpenter. Just tuned in. Caleb Bell got a forfeit win at 170. Alex Mai went the distance, but lost by tech fall, or almost the distance, lost by tech fall 19-3 to DJ Vertuga from Fort Lupton. Now Colton Carpenter out there against Riley Johnson.
High Plains Bank, hometown service on a higher plane. That's High Plains Bank. Visit the friendly staff at 502 Central Avenue in Wiggins for assistance in opening a loan, equity line of credit, or checking account. See what over a century of customer service can do for you at High Plains Bank.
Okay. We're still, Colton's out there getting his headgear back on. They've got him up on his feet. And the trainer squirting him with the squirt bottle. So I thought we were ready to go, but it looks like we're a moment away from now. We're ready to go, so we'll hold it here. As Colton Carpenter will be in the down position after being taken down in the first period by Riley Johnson. Get a caution on the start. That's going against Johnson. That'll be for not waiting for the referee to tell him to get in position. Okay, Johnson set up, and Colton trying to stand up. It's caught in that 2-on-1. Here comes a half Nelson or tight waist by Johnson. As they work right at the edge of the 10-foot circle, Colton pulls that half Nelson off and stands up, turns in, and peels away for the escape. 2-1 for the Blue Devil. There's a double leg tackle by Johnson. Colton goes right to his back. His heels kind of caught in the mat, and he went right to his back. He rolls to his base. And we'll get the 2-point takedown. And there's an escape by Colton as he stood up and walked away. 4-2 for Riley Johnson from Fort Lupton. There's a little, not sure what he has there, just pushed in to Colton. As Johnson now's kind of out to this side. He's going to move around back. He's got total control as Colton's broke down. There'll be a 2-point takedown again for Johnson. And he's just going to let Colton Carpenter up. 6-3 on the scoreboard. 16 seconds left and counting, first period. Got a little injury time in between. Big sprawl by Colton. Johnson a bad shot, and Colton comes up on top of the takedown. 6-5 as we head into the second period here in our second wrestle match from this duel. Riley Johnson wants to go neutral. They'll start on their feet. We're underway second period. Colton Carpenter down by 1 here, 195 pounds. They bang foreheads and circle. Fort Lupton in a white singlet. FL across the front, little blue trim. Mustangs in their black on the back, maroon on the front, and a white stripe down the sides. There's Johnson with a shot. Big sprawl by Colton. He gets the takedown. And the lead by 1. And he's trying to work cross-face in there. Mashes an elbow in the back of the head. And we'll get back a little better riding position as Johnson built a base. Colton breaks him flat. Might weigh a little bit more. He's keeping good weight on him. Halfway through the match. Just crossways to the left. Forearm. Try to grab the left arm. Johnson's going to stand up and heel peel away from the escape. Tie it up 7-7. Colton moves into him. Bang foreheads and that tie up. Pushing each other right in the 10-foot circle. And there's a shot by Johnson. Another bad one. Colton blocks that. They cover their feet by Clark. Carpenter with a low single. Big sprawl by Johnson. He's trying to get a crossface in there. Colton hanging on to that left foot. Here comes a Peterson roll. Kind of a takedown. And now a headlock by Colton. And he didn't have the arm. That's going to be an illegal hold. And that's going to cost Colton a point. Got to have that arm held below the elbow. And when he turned from that Peterson roll to the headlock, he didn't have any elbows in there. Okay, hard snap down tip. Another one by Colton brings Johnson to his knees. Now he tries underhook and throw him by. And just pancakes him right to his back, chest to chest. And maybe a 4-point move. Gives a takedown. I don't know if we give him any back points off that or not. We go 11-8 on the scoreboard. I don't think he gave him the... Yeah, he did give him a 2-point near fall. Counting that up there. And Colton's on the bottom here to start the third period. Up 11-8. As he tries to work up, Johnson will grab an ankle, drive him forward to the far side of us as they look away from us. There's a cross face by Johnson. Colton trying to peel that arm away, building a base up. Let's see what he's doing. Oh, he's reaching for that Peterson roll up again. Now he hooks a knee and trying to step over Johnson. Johnson hanging on. Here comes a little head hunting by Carpenter. As he's trying to swim out of there and pop out the backside. He does. Gets a reversal. Now he's going a half Nelson, chest to chest. Johnson trying to roll through it. They give Colton the reversal, and he's picking up back points. 106 and counting on the clock. Chest to chest, and there's the pin. The Mustangs way. Colton Carpenter picks up a 4:57 pin. How about that? Let's take a short timeout on B106. welcome back. We're kicking off Toby McBride, ranked number 2 in the state by On the Mat, sophomore for the Mustangs, going against Jacob Cornelius. Cornelius paints a shot. Got a little different Fort Lupton singlet. Got Lupton on the back. Up and down. A little throw by attempt by Cornelius. Bride pops away from that. They come back giving each other the evil eye. Some head tapping going both ways. Work right in the 10-foot circle. That blue mat. Bride just pushes Cornelius away. Then comes back that forehead. Now a little ear-to-ear tie. A little throw by attempt by Cornelius. And he'll come back to the tie up. Now we get kind of a little underhook there by Cornelius. A double underhook. Old cow catcher tries to trip McBride. McBride counters that by grabbing his wrists and scrunching those elbows together. Now Cornelius tries to drop down to double leg. Gets caught in a headlock. He comes back in a bear hug. And now they'll break apart. And Cornelius making his way back away, but McBride stalks into the far edge. Now there's some head taps. Feints a shot, come back up, pushes. Got a stalling on McBride. He tries kind of a bad throw to break out of that. And he's trying to throw McBride. I don't think that's going to happen. He's tried it several times. McBride is stout. It's going to be hard to throw him. A little duck under attempt by Cornelius. McBride just stands there. Down to 2 seconds and counting. Now he pushes into him. We're into the second period. No score. Okay, Mustang's choice. Bride will defer and we'll stick the down position. 12-5 for the Mustangs on the team side. It's a hard side drag. We're going to get a caution on this. Oh no, Bride's headgear popped off there. The official down there helping him put it back together. So we just kind of ducked his head, staying there on his knees, and the official's over there working on his headgear. He's got it back together. And McBride in on the left side, the right side, excuse me. Hard switch, and Cornelius comes around and faces and gets the escape. First point of the match. Cornelius not on the list I have from On the Mat. Had a little underhook, tried to throw Toby with that. McBride just stood there, looked at him, come back into him. Ear-to-ear tie-up. Cornelius makes a shot out of that tie-up. Now he's tried a little duck under that time. Now a little throw attempt by McBride, and his headgear pops off again. And they'll have to restart that while they're on their feet. 1-0 for the Fort Lupton wrestler. And we're back underway. 1:18 left, second period. Okay. Bobbing and weaving a little bit. When his finished shot, Toby tried to head tap him and missed. A little off balance. Now they come up ear-to-ear tie, right in that 10-foot circle. Tuck under attempt there by Cornelius again, but he keeps hanging on the head. It's hard to get underneath. You got to hold the head. There's a hard snap down by McBride. Cornelius pushes him out of bounds. And they'll hop back into the 10-foot circle. They can restart. He just reaches out and pushes the head away. Now they come back to that ear-to-ear tie. Little arm drag attempt by Cornelius, and they're going to give another stalling on Toby McBride. That's going to give a penalty point to Jacob Cornelius. There's a single leg up by McBride. He picks it up. Cornelius palm to the face. And McBride trying to lift it up, three-top him now. And Cornelius pops around behind, lifts McBride up, dumps him down. McBride pops off, knocks him out of bounds, and we run out of time in the second period.
McBride would be down by 2 as we head to the third period. Should be Mustang's choice. Toby's getting set to go down. He will. Down 2-0. McBride stands right up, catches a headlock. And he was trying to bear hug there, and they'll break out of that. That'll make it 2-1. McBride on the short end there. It's already been dinged for 2 stallings. One of them cost him a point. And he stays in that tie-up and then feints a shot, but he doesn't do anything with it. Now he tries to throw McBride by him. McBride pops out of that, breaks the hold. And now he's bouncing around, showing movement, but he's not really showing any good shots. Oh, nice throw by that time. And McBride comes up, faces him, and gets pushed out of bounds. 45 seconds gone here in the third period. And then his backs away. And they'll tie up. There's a throw-by attempt by Cornelius again. McBride pushes him away. And a little hand fighting in there. Pummeling for that inside control. There's a palm to the face again of McBride. That's just as much stalling as McBride's been doing, but he's showing movement. The official's buying into it. Cornelius feints the shot, and he backs away and out of bounds. So I have to restart with 42 seconds on the clock. Official talking to both wrestlers, then he blows the whistle. Clock winding to 35 seconds. McBride tying up. And come back to tie up. McBride pushes him away. Cornelius tries that throw by again. Cornelius working for that inside control. 20 seconds and counting. There's that throw by attempt by Cornelius. As he backs away, there's a shot. Another shot. McBride's chasing him around. Cornelius is just running from him. McBride runs into him, tackles him out of bounds. He did a complete 360 the whole mat. And we'll give the 1 point, no point on the caution. First caution on Cornelius. There's a shot by McBride in on the single leg. Now he goes to double leg, does an underhook, tries to throw, and he run out of bounds, and McBride's going to lose it 2-1. Cornelius did a great job of running away from McBride. McBride had a couple of single legs on him, but he bounced out of that, did enough pushing and shoving to win the match, 2-1. Let's take 30 seconds. We'll be back with, well, let's just hold it right here as the heavyweights are coming out. Let's see, that makes it 8-12 on the team side. 12 for the Mustangs, 8 for the Blue Devils. And Jesus Ibarra and Devin Garcia kick it off here at 285 pounds. They go out going head-to-head. Hard snap down attempt by Garcia. But Ibarra stays in front of him. Ibarra giving up quite a few pounds out there, I think. Garcia pushes him around. Jesus pummels for that inside control, tries to snap down. There they go ear to ear. Jesus pushes out of that. They come back that head-to-head tie, or ear to ear, and they go out of bounds. And they'll restart. Jesus has probably given up at least 30 pounds. They go ear to ear. This is working, getting that inside control, getting a little push, and a hard snap down by Garcia. It didn't work. Now they come back to the ear-to-ear tie. We're kind of working back towards a 10-foot circle. He's just trying to get that inside control, and official talking to him. A little throw by or push off by Jesus. They come back, banging foreheads. 25 seconds and counting here in the first period, no score. No, haven't hit a shot yet. Oh, there's a single leg. Ibarra's got that takedown. He picked up half a knee, and he'll get the takedown as he drives kind of into Garcia. And he'll have the takedown as we're down to about 5 seconds and counting. They grab a tight waist and near arm. Breaks Garcia down, and we'll head to the second period. Ibarra with a 2-point lead. Okay, Garcia wants top. It's his choice. And deferred. He wants the top side. Ibarra set, looking away from us. As Garcia grabs an ankle, and Ibarra right to his feet, gets the escape. There's a shot, single leg, and then to waist, and down goes Garcia, and a 2-point takedown for Jesus. Here comes a hammerlock by Ibarra, and he walks it around, and he's got a headlock, lifts and drives and picks the big opponent, Evan Garcia, up, circles him around, and he's going for the pin. 124 on the clock, and there it is at 123. How about that? Let's get a 2:37 pin for Jesus Ibarra. We'll be back in 30 on B106. Okay, welcome back. Fort Lupton's going to pick up 2 forfeit wins at 106. Jody Sandoval. As he picks up a forfeit win, number 6 ranked Ruben Rodriguez picks up a forfeit win at 113. No wrestler at 120 for each team. Jason Nelson gets to go out against Dakota Macy here at 126. And Dakota ranked number 1 in the state. He's followed by Brush's Mackie Sandoval in second on the 3A side. There's a little throw by, and going for the takedown is Jason Nelson was taken down by Dakota Macy. And he's got a little rooster tail in there. Reaches through the legs and grabs a wrist. They grab an ankle and drag him back towards the middle. Throws a cross face in her with the left arm. Working that right arm. He's got it tied up. There's a half Nelson. Macy's got a lot of tape on that left wrist. Now he throws a cross face, locks up a cross face cradle. And he's got Nelson on his back, giving up back points. 18-18 on the team side as we go into this match. 3-point near fall for Dakota Macy. He's going to go right and step through, turks him over, and picking up more back points. Jason Nelson, a freshman for the Mustangs. Going against the number 1 ranked wrestler in the state here at 126 pounds. Oh, Macy looking for the pin, but rolling out of it is Jason Nelson. Macy will pick up a 3-point near fall, come around with a half Nelson. Get kind of chest to chest, now a scoop for the reverse half and pick up the pin. And we'll give that at 128 of the match. Okay, let's take another short timeout. We'll be back with more on B106. Okay, welcome back as Mustangs give up a forfeit win to Jordan Torres at 132 pounds. Quid is frantically trying to figure up the scores. They say 32-18, but that's not right. Cody Carpenter out, and he gets a takedown on Dakota Dillard at 138 pounds. So he'll go up 2-0. Senior for the Mustangs, Cody. As he's working with a tight waist near arm. He'll push towards the far side. He's got the cross face in there, breaks him down there. Just right at the edge. Cody Dillard reaches back, hooks an ankle. And hasn't done anything with it. And Cody Carpenter, little scissor circle, and gets cross face in there and stretches Dillard out. Dillard trying to work to the edge. And Cody's having trouble getting him back into scoring territory. Gets back in a little better riding position. Goes a little. I thought he was trying to get a leg in there. Went under the arm, trapped the forearm, and tried to pull it under, but they run out of room on the mat. They'll have to restart. 46 seconds left first period. Carpenter up 2-0. It's a little tight waist in there. Comes back. Yep, has to follow him around. Gets scissor circle on that near leg. Can't hold the scissor circle. Just follows him around. Maintaining control. He works from the left to the right side and back to the left side. Now he's going to pick and step. Turks him over, has him on his back for a 2 count. Lost his leg, but he'll pick up a 2-point near fall and go 4-0. As we're down to just about the end of the period here. And we'll head to the second period, 4-0 for Cody Carpenter. For Lupton's choice. He'll defer it, and then Cody will take the down position. Up 4-0. Uh-oh. And it looks like we got a little blood here for Cody as they clean him up. We'll check in with one of our sponsors.
Valley View Villa. Look to the team at Aspen Rehabilitation inside Valley View Villa for your sports rehab, short-term or long-term care needs. Stop by 815 Fremont or call them today, 867-8261. High Plains Bank. Hometown service on a higher plane. That's High Plains Bank. Visit the friendly staff at 502 Central Avenue in Wiggins for assistance in opening a loan, equity line of credit, or checking account. See what over a century of customer service can do at High Plains Bank.
Okay. Got Cody all cleaned up. He'll go in a down position and start second period. Not sure if Cleary's got that scoring right yet. A quick stand up by Cody. And his opponent just grabs him around the waist with both hands. Now finally bring him down. Got away with locked hands. Official a little out of shape. Now Cody, a nice hard switch. Comes up on top, gets a 2-point reversal. As he follows Dakota Dillard around. And maintains control. Look towards the far edge again. Cody gets him broken down. Little cross face, traps that far elbow. That left elbow all tied up. Kicks his legs free, trying to go for that barbed wire. Teed out way to the side, trying to suck that under. As Dillard can break that cross face, trying to base up here. Carpenter's just going to push him away for the escape. It's at 6-1 as they go on their feet. 55 seconds and counting. There's a shot by Dillard. Big sprawl by Carpenter. Tries to pry the thigh and gets stretched out here. Kind of got an overhook. Bit of a crossface. Got a double underhook now. Now they're going to break apart. Working here at the near edge. Carpenter trying to tie up. Dillard feints a shot. And stand the tie up. So they circle right at the edge of the 10-foot circle. Ear to ear for quite a while. Dillard tried to hook an ankle. Carpenter in bright gold shoes pushing into Dillard. They stay right in that ear to ear tie. Now, popping out nice, just kind of a little shuck by. Carpenter will get the takedown. We had the third period with Carpenter up 8-1. His headgear came off. And he'll have to reset that. It should be Dakota Dillard's choice for the Fort Lupton Blue Devils. And now it's the Blue Devils' headgear all messed up, and the official's trying to fix that for him. Okay, you got it figured up. It's 32-18 on the team side. So we just double check that. Says it's right. Frank Rosales will be up next for the Mustangs at 145. Okay. Headgear's all put back together. The Carpenter's in the down position again. Dillard working from the top. Carpenter with a stand-up. And Dillard's got him around the waist. Then there's going to be the locked hands. Officials seen it this time. It was even more blatant than last time. We get a technical violation. It cost Dillard a point. Now he's down by 8. Restart. Carpenter facing away from us. Dillard in on the left side. Carpenter does a stand-up, working the wrist, and turns into Dillard, gets him in a little bear hug for a moment. They're going to throw a little throw, lateral drop throw, but Dillard sprawls away from that. Give Carpenter the escape, I think. Yep. And now we get a takedown. So he swims around behind. Dillard trying to build a base. Carpenter outside with a crossface. Dillard based up pretty well. Carpenter's just going to let him loose for his second point on the escape. They pop out of bounds. 1:14 on the clock. Carpenter up by 12-2 score. And we're back underway. Giving each other the evil eye. And Carpenter tries to tie up. Oh, nice low single. In there deep with it. Got him sitting on his hips. Grabs the foot. And we're going to give the takedown to Carpenter. And Dillard trying to bail out. Carpenter's scissor to the legs for a moment. Kind of loses that. Let's come back to a little scissor circle and we get blood time. It looks like Carpenter's got a bloody nose again.
B&B Appliance carries a full line of in-stock and ready-to-deliver Whirlpool appliances. With the world moving towards more green energy, it's time for you to recycle the old and get in with the new. New appliances, that is, at B&B Appliance. Ackley Building Center, your one-stop center for home improvement projects. Ackley Building Center, located at 1402 Mill Street in Brush, is your one-stop shop for flooring, paint, tools, appliances, and more.
Yeah, they're still working on the blood time. Got the Vaseline out now. I don't know if they're lubing up that big ball of cotton they're trying to shove in his nose, or maybe he's got a little thing there on his cheek. They're facing away from us, can't tell. But Carpenter's set to go. Coach Sam Romero, Spike Reynolds out with him. And Carpenter wants to go in a neutral position here. And we'll give a free escape to Dakota Dillard. Makes it 14-3. Carpenter with a shot right off the whistle. Comes up ear-to-ear tie. And, nice little fireman's, and he gets caught in a headlock. And Carpenter's going to have to fight out of this thing. He's giving up some back points. And so we're giving the takedown to Dakota Dillard. Cody Carpenter with a bad shot. His shoulder's a long ways from the mat, but Dakota Dillard's on top, and the officials waved off 3 near fall points. Carpenter's got to get out of this pickle. As Dakota Dillard trying to get chest to chest with him. Tee out there trying to work the elbow and mash it down with 6.3 seconds left. Here in the match, we're down to 3 seconds and counting. And Carpenter's going to last it out, but boy, a little scare there at the end. As officials going to award those back points, he should. And it's going to be a lot closer than we thought it should have been. They're saying 14-5 on the scoreboard, but it should be 14-8. We'll be back in a moment. Well, let's just hold it here as our 145-pounders are coming out. We've only got 2 more matches to go in this duel, and maybe a JV for Ray Navarrete after the end of this varsity action. There's a low shot by Zeke Garcia from Fort Lupton on Frank Rosales, and he drives him out of bounds. I'm going to give the takedown, even though Garcia only had 1 foot. And Frank Rosales will be in the down position, trying to hit a hard switch. Goes around, does it, hits a nut, stays with it, keeps switching. And Rosales trying to fight out of this. It's almost faced Garcia. Garcia, I think, has got a little bit of that crunch cradle. Gets you over the top of the head and crunching down on it. Rosales trying to go to a double leg, and he's on his back now. Is Garcia picking up near fall points, and out of that cradle, breaking free is Rosales, but Garcia will pick up a 3-point near fall. Rosales trying to fight off this leg ride, reached back for the head, and hear the whole bench say, no, don't do that. She tripods up. Garcia's got the grapevine in on the left side, working the far elbow, and break Rosales back down to his base. Rosales trying to get the knees planted there. Now Garcia's going to throw in the double grapevine there. Keep both feet in there between the legs and stretches Rosales out. Powering up a half Nelson on the left side. Now he throws one grapevine out, starting to work the thigh and trying to spladle him out there. But Rosales gets his head down there. That's got to hurt. Oh, and over he goes. He's giving up some back points. He's about spladled out there. Not quite. Garcia can't quite get that, but he'll pick up 3 near fall points again as he breaks that hold. Rosales trying to break out of that. There's Garcia working from the top. We ran out of time in the first period. Garcia up 8-0 for the Blue Devils. We'll check the 145-pounders. I guess that's Zeke Garcia, actually. And he's ranked number 6 in the state by on the mat. He's up 8-0. He does a hard switch, and we're going to pick up a 2-point reversal and a 1-point penalty. Rosales is going to get dinged for locked hands. Now he gets caught in the near side cradle. He's trying to fight up. He's not any back exposure yet as he tries to kick out of this. Garcia trying to crank that near side cradle, gets a 2 count. He readjusts it. Count started up again. We got up 3 this time. And they award the 3-point near fall, or 2-point near fall. And there's another cross-face, cradle, and that's standing up. Rosales is going to peel away and get the escape for his first point of the match here in the second period. And he tries a shot, comes in, catches a front headlock on Garcia. And he tries to throw it, goes right to his back, and didn't quite work. But we get 13 points now up there for Garcia. He's got a near side cradle locked up, and there's the pin. So that'll come 3-13 into the match for Zach Garcia. Okay, Cody Carpenter with the victory in the last one. Richard Herrera is up next for the Mustangs, and he'll take on Jordan Cialis. And they're out there already. So let's hold it here. Last match of this duel. Chris Schreiber will pick up a forfeit win after this at 160. Herrera ties up with Cialis. Long range evil eyes here now. They come in a forehead-to-forehead tie-up and then fighting for wrist control. There's a single leg shot by Herrera. He's got it picked up. They're right at the edge. There's a little whizzer in there. A little underhook by Cialis. Fought that off. Herrera had the single leg about pulled up. It was a double. And just completed because they're right at the edge. Drives in. Finally sets Cialis over on his hip. And Cialis is going to bail out, give up the takedown, and Herrera takes a 2-point lead. Working from the left side. Does a little spiral ride there. Breaks Silas down. And chop that near arm. Pull it back underneath. Hooking up 2-on-1, I guess it is. Looks like he's trying to go for that rooster tail right as he reaches through the legs. Loses the arm. Comes back with that near arm tight waist. A little Granby roll. Silas comes around. Sets Herrera over on his hip, but Herrera sprawls out. As they're right at the edge, now he'll hook up a near side cradle, a crunch cradle on Cy Ellis. I think he's still got control. He's in bounds. Yep, they're going to give Cy Ellis an escape out of all that. Down to 26.5 seconds left here, first period, 2-1 for Richard Herrera. Now they'll tie up, so they're staring at each other for a while. Little shot by Silas. Nice little fireman. Sets Herrera over on his hip. Steps over it. And Herrera's giving up the takedown. So he'll be down by 1. Quick stand up. Turns in. Throws Silas away. Official's going to say Silas is still in control. These close calls are going the home team's way. But there's a quick stand up and run away, and we're headed to the second period. You didn't agree, Cleta?
I agree.
Oh, okay. Thanks to my wife, Cleta, for helping out with some of our sponsors. Keeps her in the game. Okay, we're just going to take the down position here in the second period. Down 3-2. Mustangs down 38-21 on the team side. Nice hard switch by Herrera. He's going to come up on top and get the reversal. Got a good tight waist sunk in there. And official's right in the way. Herrera maintaining control. Heavy pressure on the back. Trying to pick that near leg and step through. Herrera didn't like that. Here comes a cross-face cradle attempt by Herrera as he lifts and drives that. Traps that far elbow, gives up on the knee. Now he's trying to crank that barbed wire. It doesn't work, so he'll get back in a little better riding position. Tight waist, throws him down for a moment. And they work to the far edge. Silas broken down flat as we're inside a minute to go here in the second period and counting. Ooh, it looked a little hard on the elbow as Herrera popped the elbow down. But Jordan Silas gets up. He'll head back to center and get the down position. Down by 1. Richard Herrera in on the left side. Grab a hard tight waist. Pull Silas towards him. Push the head down now. Grab that near wrist. Silas, good base, but Herrera staying behind the shoulder on the right side. Now he's got a little arm bar in there on the left side. And that tight waist on there. Can't break him down. Now Silas trying to hit a switch. He's setting on his hip. And now he'll come back, switch the other way, catches a knee. With Herrera draped up over the top. Herrera trying to get a crossface in there and maintain control. Now he grabs the near arm, breaks Silas flat, sets the arm bar, got it in there pretty deep, reaching for the right wrist, goes to walking around, and that's a move that'll work in college, but they'll, at the end of the period, he had that arm way out of joint there. But they stop it for the end of the period. It'll be 4-3, and they'll go on their feet here in the third period with Herrera on top. Giving each other that evil eye. Bang foreheads. Right in the 10-foot circle. Break apart, come back forehead to forehead. Silas pushed a little, hard snap down there by Herrera. Silas gets away from that. come back, a little tie up, a little duck under, a little underhook, a little double leg shot in by Herrera and deep with it. Sets Silas over on his hip. Silas trying to hit a switch, but Herrera steps over that, hits the crossface. He'll pick up the takedown. And he works from the top of the 3-point lead with 1:13 on the clock. Officials clapping his hands together. Here comes a half Nelson by Herrera. He's got it in there deep. Silas almost out of bounds. Herrera tries. Oh, he does turn him. Turns him, trying to get chest to chest. And now he reaches around, hooks up the elbow. But the half Nelson sunk in there deep. Not quite sure what to do with that other hand. As he's cranking that half Nelson chest to chest now, he's got Silas over. Now, boy, that looks like a pin from up here. There must be a little bit of daylight, and not anymore. Okay, let's give a pin, and that comes at 5:26 in the match. 5:24 in the match. 5:24 for Richard Herrera. So, how about that? As the Mustangs will get another win. So that'll be 5 wins for the Mustangs. We'll kind of tally it all up here. His scoreboard shows 36-27. Let's take a short break. We'll be back with more on B106. Okay, welcome back as we go for our last match of the night. Ray Navarrete taking on Brian Myers. As they come out of bounds, we get a stalling warning on Myers from Fort Lupton. They'll work towards the far edge. Navarrete, a senior for the Mustangs. Tries a little duck under, but Myers got the arms tied up. As he drops down, Navarrete catches a little front headlock, spins him around, cranking that front headlock, and he reaches underneath. Tries to hook a knee, but that doesn't work. Comes right back to a good tight front headlock. Myers down on his knee. Navarrete reaches under, tries to gets loose that headlock, and gets crossface in there. He's got a knee and spinning around. Another spin, another 360. Third time around, it was a takedown for Navarrete. Myers, Fort Lupton, and that white singlet gets a little pick and step there by Navarrete. It's kind of like a double leg. Sets him over for a moment. Navarrete comes back with a crossface, working for that crossface cradle. Myers peels that up, pushes it up over the top. Navarrete spins around and gets him broke down out there finally. 30 seconds left first period in this last match of the night, JV. Navarrete gets 2 matches tonight. He hits a hard crossface. He reaches back to the knee in that crossface cradle. Can't make that work. And Myers gets out. He's about to pop out the backside, and he will. Gets his head out, and we get the reversal. And that'll tie it up 2-2 at the second period. 38-33 on the varsity side for the Blue Devils. Okay, Navarrete's going to take the bottom second period. Tied up 2-2. Quick stand-up attempt. And tries to turn back into Myers. That doesn't work. Comes a half Nelson from the far side by Myers. This is about off balance, and he comes back with the left arm. A little better looking half Nelson from the right, from the side nearest to him. Navarrete trying to fight off this little grapevine, grabs an arm, reaches up, hooks the head. He's got Myers over on his hip. He can pop out of here. Not sure who's got who here. Navarrete looks like he's going to work out of here. And there's the pin. He hooked the head, and Myers thought he was getting the back points. He just got pinned. Just kind of self-pin yourself there. Ray Navarrete's going to pick up the pin win. says 2 minutes there. They flashed it off on us, but it'll be a second period pin for Ray Navarrete. As I didn't get the score on his first match, but that'll be all our matches. Let's take a 1 minute timeout. We'll come back with more on B106. Welcome back to Fort Lupton. As we get, thank you for tuning in on B106 and B106.com. We started the evening off with Caleb Bell receiving a forfeit at 170 pounds. Alex Mai went against DJ Verchuga. Then lost out by a tech fall 19-3. Verchuga ranked number 4 in the state by on the mat. Then at 195, Colton Carpenter picked up in a wild match. It was 11-8 going into the third period. He picks up a 457 pin over Riley Johnson. I think the team's wanting to hit the bus. I was hoping we'd have time for Spike, but maybe the next duel. He's not much for these radios anyway, the headsets. As their team's getting ready to head back, got school early in the morning. So after Colton Carpenter's 457 pin, Mustangs led it 12-5. Then at 2:20, the upset of the night, Toby McBride couldn't catch up to Jacob Arnalius with the 2-1 victory over Toby McBride. Kind of a strategic match, I guess, with Arnelius. Get a different referee, a different night. He might not have bought all that action and flopping around. It really didn't do anything. Toby couldn't catch up to him. He loses that one 2-1. Then at 285, Jesus Ibarra for the Mustangs picks up a 237 pin over Devin Garcia. 106, the Mustangs give up a forfeit win to Jody Sandoval. At 113, it was Ruben Rodriguez from Fort Lupton with a forfeit victory. And at 120, no wrestler for either team. Then at 126, Dakota Macy, ranked number 1 in the state, got a 128 pin over the Fort Morgan freshman Jason Nelson. 132, Jordan Torres for Blue Devils picked up a forfeit win. And then we go to 138, Cody Carpenter with a 14-8 victory over Dakota Dillard. And Frank Rosales went for the Mustangs against Zeke Garcia and lost that one by a fall of 3-13 of their match. Then Richard Herrera with the pin win over Jordan Sialis at 5:24 of their match. And Chris Shriver picked up a forfeit win at 160. So that pretty much wraps up the duel. Mustangs lose 33-38, but they won a few more matches than Fort Lupton actually won. So wrestling well where they have people. So thank you for tuning in. We still want to thank some of our sponsors, like Mr. D's Ace Farm and Home Center, for all your farm and ranch supplies, including Purina feeds and everything. Stop by any of the Ace stores. There's one in Fort Morgan, one in Sterling, and their newest location at 122 Custer Street in Brush. That's Mr. D's Ace Farm and Home Center. Equitable Savings and Loan. They're northeastern Colorado's locally owned hometown savings and loan with locations at Fort Morgan and Brush. They have the financial solutions for you. It's Equitable Savings and Loan. And AC Ice. They proudly support local high school sports throughout northeastern Colorado. When you need ice, don't settle for just any old frozen water. Get that pure AC Ice. You can find it at almost any local grocery or convenience store near you. That's AC Ice. And Willow Coffee, Tea, and Smoothies. And G Sweets Bakery. They offer cookies, muffins, sweetbreads, and they're all made fresh daily. Pair with your favorite coffee, lattes, or smoothies. You're set. Open 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday, Saturday 7 to 4. Stop by and see them. They're at 921 Edison Street in Brush. That's Willow Coffee, Tea, and Smoothies. And, of course, Brush Grocery Carts. Stop, shop, and save on all your grocery needs and snacks for game time enjoyment. You can also pay your public service bill, access Western Union, They got the deli and they've got the bakery products. That's Brush Grocery Cart, 1302 West Edison Street in Brush. And Mustangs post-game show is brought to you by Buildings by Design. Knowing who you can trust to do a good job is a tough part nowadays. When you hire Buildings by Design, you can trust you'll get the building you want, when you want it, at the quality you deserve. Start your build project right and start with Buildings by Design. And thank them for sponsoring our post-game show, I guess we call it, as we just had that wrap up. Thank you for tuning in. For all the gang back at KSIR and all our fine sponsors, if you see the sponsors when you're out shopping for Christmas, be sure and thank them for helping us out. That our sponsorship is why we can do all this, have all this fun out here at the wrestling matches, football games, basketball games, and everything. Is our local sponsors. They are the backbone of our broadcast. I want to thank them every time you see them. Thank you for listening in. For Rob Hastings, my wife Quita, helping out with some of the ads, and of course the gang back at KSI. Our Mustangs win the duel, or excuse me, lose the duel, 38-33 to the Fort Lupton Blue Devils. We'll be back on the air tomorrow night as the Brush Beat Diggers will be over on the KSIR 1010. That'll start at 6:30 as the Beat Diggers take on Holy Family. We've got several ranked wrestlers. That'll be fun. So for tonight, let's say Blue Devils win it 38-33 over the Mustangs. Good night from Fort Lupton on B106.